Going out for some educational reason.
No,
Why looking at left?
sorry about that.
People being rude, disrespectful, not listening to what I'm saying, not following instructions, and I'm not having it from you tomorrow. So,
Good afternoon, everyone. So, I'm getting ready to go back into school. We're going to be trading today. I don't have any expectations going into the day, but one good thing is that I have a sub for one lesson. I'm not quite sure why I have a sub in sixth form, but it is what it is. At least, you know, while I need to trade, I'll have a sub for the first half of New York AM session. But unfortunately, I have a pretty inconvenient class for trading New York session, period 6. So that's not going to be ideal. Also, one of the annoying things about trading, I'm sure anyone who's in school or probably even at work who's into trading, one thing you probably have to put up with is the people around you being so intrigued at what you're doing. And some people do not like it. Some people, like, it annoys them when they see you trade. Like, this one guy, he is my friend, but holy, he's annoying when I'm trying to trade. But yeah, basically, whenever he sees me trade, he just shuts off my fucking laptop. Thinks it's the funniest shit in the world. He just slams my laptop shut. I'm like, bro, leave me the fuck alone. Like, it's not funny. But he thinks it's funny. It's like riling up a fucking dog. That'll be inconvenient as fuck. And the lesson I have last, I'm actually not sat next to him in. But the teacher loves to stand at the back. Fucking loves to stand at the back. So, that's ideal. I should be able to keep the recording on because I'm pretty sure the work we're doing, I don't know if anyone does geography for A-levels, but bro, that NEA shit, yeah, we'll be doing that on the laptops. So, should be able to get some good content for you guys. Pre-market analysis, we'll get into that. I'm going to be using SMT divergence because, as I was saying yesterday, one thing I noticed about just taking trades off liquidity sweeps is there weren't many setups presenting themselves. And not that good setups are the be-all or end-all of trading. I mean, quantity of setups. Obviously, more setups doesn't mean more profit, but it was at the point where it was like one trade a week. So I would ideally kind of want one more trade a week, which is what I found when I backtested. But yeah, I'm going to finish cooking this food and then we'll get to the pre-market analysis. Before I do the pre-market analysis, why the fuck did I look so fat in that last clip? I'm never doing a side angle ever again. I'm never recording from the side. I look fat as fuck. But anyway, pre-market analysis time. It is an hour and a half till market open, but we'll make our initial thoughts now. So, overall, I mean, there has been a bit of chop the last, kind of 4 days, but we did get an inversion of this gap. On the daily, overall, it is still trending down, but I do like that inversion for longs. Here, now my bias is looking real freaking bullish. If we fail to inverse this gap here, which is a tiny gap anyway, I really think longs will be good. I mean, we've swept liquidity there. Boom, fair value gap. Coming on the 1 hour, I could see these getting filled. Now, where are our session highs and session lows? Well. London highs here. What previous day? We already took out previous day. Ooh. We could see a draw to the AM lows. If we inverse this gap here, I think I'll be willing to long into there. But ultimately, I mean, we do have to see closer to the thing. I'll probably do a voiceover telling you my thoughts while I'm in lesson, which will be in an hour, which is way closer to market open. Ultimately, right now, though, this looks really good for longs, especially if we have, in the next hour and 51 minutes, we come up here and do not close, inversing that imbalance. I'm going to finish my meal, go to school, and I'll be back with fucking, well, you guys will see. Okay, so this is the sub lesson I was on about, substitute teacher. Like I said, I don't even know why we had him. Like, in sixth form, they usually just give you frees. And he was doing way too much. Like, he came over 3-4 times. Like, bro, I'm pushing 18. But to the point of the charts, you know, my bias was bearish, waiting for market to open right now. Not much going on. You'll see more when I'm in the next class what's going on. But you're going to see the teacher come round in a minute. And I just go on, like, the most random tab from the lesson before. So, I don't know, it was quite funny.
For educational reasons.
No,
Why looking at refs now?
sorry about that. Sorry about that.
Can you put your phone away? It's not
Yeah, I'll put it quick.
Thank you. I'll ask you.
Yeah. Yeah, he was kind of chill, to be fair. And then he just sat at the front and did nothing for the next half an hour. Which would have been good, but we had no fucking setup. And it just shot up. But anyway, I'm going to show you guys that maybe we took a trade in the next lesson.
Right, every single person in the room needs to listen to me, because I have had 4 out of my 5 periods today with people being rude, disrespectful, not listening to what I'm saying, not following instructions, and I'm not having it from year 12. So.
Right, so I'm in period 6 right now. And again, like, there's been like one blue candle on the 5-minute in the whole of the fucking New York AM session. And we're in 2 fair value gaps. So I'm like, right, I'm obviously not going to go long. I'm not going to go long into a fucking bearish 4-hour fair value gap and 2 bearish 1-hour fair value gaps. But no, we just kept pushing up. We got like 1 IFVG pushed up again. But there really wasn't anything. I think I'm going for a fucking nap now. And I'm not gonna lie, bro, it's pretty bad. I had no clue what I was doing. I was so lost in this lesson. So, yeah, that kind of concludes the school day. Alright, so it is now the end of the day. Obviously, we didn't take a trade. I was a little bit annoyed. I was thinking to myself, oh, maybe I'm missing out on longs. And at the end of the session, I was kind of thinking, oh, shit, I could still short. But why the fuck is my crotch area like... Bro, this is what happens when you buy shit from Primark, man. It's like, it's a fucking fluff, and it's not even on the inside. The fuck? Bro, these can't already be fucked up. Yeah, I was thinking at the end, oh, maybe, you know, it's 11 a.m., which is 3 p.m. my time. And obviously, after 11 a.m. Eastern time, you shouldn't be taking any more positions for the AM session. But I was thinking, oh, maybe it's gonna... Oh, look, there's been a inverse fair value gap. And to be fair, that trade did play out. But it was already like 11:30 by the time... I'll just show you guys on the charts, but... Look, I'm glad I didn't rush into any longs for sure, especially after we took out... You know what, I'll just explain it to you guys on the charts. So basically the whole thought process behind the trade, which I kind of already explained in the pre-market, was if we got an inverse of here on this 9 a.m. candle, I would have started taking longs. However, we narrowly dodged an inverse, as you can see, but didn't quite inverse. So I was still looking for shorts because we had this fair value gap and it still had not inversed that gap. But we ended up coming all the way up to 4 a.m. London highs. Before then we dropped off. So the bias was, you know, I was right to think, oh yeah, we'll look for shorts. But the shorts just... they just took ages to play out, man. It just took too long, and then by the time we swept that 5-minute And then on the 5 minute, I think we had a breaker structure. Where do we have a breaker structure? There, breaker structure. Like, even then, like, it's so risky because you've got this 5 minute order block here, which you could have taken it off, but the first thing to get tapped into is this shit. I don't know, man. But then it's just choppy all here, and then by this time anyway, it's already 11:40. So it's like I'm glad I wasn't fucking around at 11:40, 40 minutes after, there's actually good volatility. I'm also glad I didn't just rush into longs. If I were to take a long, which I know some people in the Discord did, and by the way, if you're not in the Discord, join the Discord, link in description. Some people in the Discord were taking longs, I'm pretty sure. Now, if I were to take longs, it would be off, this shit down here. Liquidity sweep, sell side. Also, fucking SMT on the 4 hour. This is lagging, so trade NQ. But I don't want to long into bearish fair value gaps. I don't want to long into this. I don't want to long into this. I don't want to long into this. That's why I didn't take a fucking long. And I'm not annoyed with how I traded. I also looked at TGL's stream. I'm not one of those nerds who, I'm going to sit on the stream for 2 hours. But I looked over it briefly after he streamed. And he was like looking at the exact same shit as me. So I was like, oh, my mindset's kind of shifting in the same. Like, it's kind of like, we're looking at the same shit. He didn't take a trade, I didn't take a trade for, I think, the same reasons, so. Fucking great. But, if I were to take longs, I guess, we've got that. I'd probably take it off here. This fair value gap retrace at 10:15. And then I'd wait for... Yeah, after this candle, I'd probably enter off there. But this is all speculation. I'm just saying this is what I would do if I was taking a long. But here's the problem. Then you've got this here, which you wouldn't want to go long past. So it's like, it's not really applying to my risk to reward anyway. So, hey, I can't be annoyed I didn't take it. I cannot be annoyed I didn't take it. And I guess you are kind of expecting a drop to here by that point, but at the same time, it wasn't meeting my risk to reward requirements. I'm quite happy with how I traded, or I'm quite happy with how I didn't trade, and I knew when to get off the charts, which I'm pretty proud of, because usually I'm stuck on those damn charts. But we'll be trading tomorrow. Maybe it'll be a good day, maybe it won't. I just need to go into days with no expectations to even take a trade. But yeah, ultimately, happy with how I didn't trade. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you enjoyed the video and you want to follow along the journey, subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subs. I don't know, I just want to hit 1,000 subs. So, see you guys tomorrow.